gonna live my life working this simple job and I don't want to keep trying to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is. But why didn't you just keep trying? Fail your way to success. Rasta, we talk about that all the time, man. I've tried multiple different things in my life. I failed a lot of them. Keep on failing until one of them hit. Like Rick Ross said in this one post I always see, he like, man, listen, you could lose 1,000 times, but it only take that one time and bam, everybody love you.
Yeah, I see.
It take even one time to get great.
So when you work a job, you gotta find a way to become such an asset that it's mutual now. So when it's mutual, they don't have the power no more. And sometimes you really have more power because you a valuable asset and they need you. They like, man, what do we need to do? You say you want to quit. What do we need to do to keep you here? Do you need more money? Do you need more flexibility? What is it? And why? Because you thinking outside the box and you creating that mutual relationship. And that's something I've learned over the last few years in business.
Real thing here is that you mentally have to tell yourself that I'm no longer going to be around people who are losing. That's the biggest thing, because we get so comfortable with being around losers that it gets hard to be around individuals who are winners, and you are uncomfortable. It doesn't really feel good. But if you truly want to better your situation of coming from wherever you are to becoming better, you have to be around those people who are in better, and those people who have careers, who have cars, who have families, those people who want more out of life. You have to move from mediocrity into abundance. And how do you do that? Get around those people who are in abundance.
My brothers are so competitive. There's nothing wrong with being competitive, but if you competitive in a jealousy way, then now you got a personal issues you're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah, you tripping, man.
What up, though? This is the Awaken Your Best Podcast. I'm your co-host, Rasta White, with my brother, Terrence Feagin, as y'all know. Now, today's episode is pretty interesting. We want to talk to y'all about a general topic, but we want to give y'all our unique perspectives and strategies on this topic. So, everybody want to develop a winner's mentality, right? Me and Terrence is aware of that. It's something we've been working on throughout our life. We know it's a lot of people out there who don't feel like they winning in life, don't feel like they got the right mindset, and they just want to become that. You know, you probably inspired by Kobe, you got inspired by Jordan, whoever it is you follow, and you see people that's winners and you just like, man, I want to be like that, right? So me and Terrence just want to share with y'all stories, tips, everything we possibly can to help y'all develop that, because me and him are two people that know each other long enough to know it's something we had to develop. We ain't come out the womb just Michael Jordan, Mamba mentality, whatever. We ain't just come out the womb like that. So we know that it can be developed. And today, 100%. As I said, that's what we finna cover. So the first thing I want to do, Terrence, is ask you, how you doing today? You feel me?
Man, every day is great. Every day is a blessing, man. I never want to be able to skip over the small things in life, being able to breathe, eat, see my kids get dropped off and picked up from school, man, and being able to earn money, being able to develop my craft, being able to create, man. Every day is a blessing. Cannot complain.
Every day is a blessing. And that's one thing I always hear you say. And like, that ain't even scripted. Like, we didn't plan on necessarily talking about that specifically, but I wanna lead with that, because when you ask somebody how they doing, it tells a lot about their mentality, right? Every time I ask you how you doing, literally, you could be sad, you can be happy, you could be, no matter what, you always say, I'm blessed, right? And that's what I wanna stress, that because I know life throw a lot of stuff at us. We all go through hell. We got our ups, we got our downs. But if you can master when somebody asks you how you doing, no matter what, you blessed, or I'm doing great, you know, and mean it, because you walking around, you breathing, you alive, you still got your opportunity on this earth. So if you could start mastering always seeing that through no matter what emotion is going on through your head, I feel like your winner's mentality is right around the corner.
No way you can be built. No way you can be beat. I said built, but
Right.
if you assume the fact of being blessed, even when you just got into a car accident, a family member died, or whatever situation you're going through, telling you God sees that and he's going to continue to give you more and more grace, more and more blessings, because like, would you ever give somebody who was unappreciative something? And we just as humans, would you ever do that, Rasta? Probably not, right? So why the God of the world, God of the universe, God that created everything, emotions, why would he give you more if you're not even grateful for what you have? So me being little old me, I'm thankful, and I always will be.
So I love to hear that. And
Yeah.
like we said, like you could be going through, like Terrence said, you can get a car accident, family member, anything could go on. And that's what separates the winners from the losers, I would say, is when
Right.
stuff is bad. You know, what
Mm-hmm.
mentality do you have when things are bad? And speaking from experience, like I know it ain't easy. Me, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, when things was bad, I'm gonna let you know they bad. You feel me? I'm not
Yeah.
about to see the positive side of things. I'm not about to, I grew up in an environment where that wasn't what it was. When it's bad,
Right.
you say it's bad and you talk about how you're losing. You talk about it and
Mm-hmm.
you get stuck there. But like Terrence was saying, I think that's one of God ways of how he nurture us is like, okay, because we all got problems. I don't care who you are in
Yeah.
this world, God is
Yeah.
going to give you problems to manage. And I think
Mm-hmm.
he give us a few problems and be like, okay, let me see how you manage that. If you can't
Yeah.
manage that well, then he'd be like, okay, I'm gonna just leave these problems here for you until you figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
Until you figure out that, I ain't gonna put no more on you. I'm just gonna give you that. You
Man, that's
feel me? So
amazing. Let's talk about that before we get into the winner's mentality, because this kind of, this filters into everything we're gonna talk about in today's episode. But really,
right.
like, those tests and trials are building you to become who you need to become in order to have what you want to have. And I think that trials and tribulations is just a test. How much are you going to be able to go through these issues and still accept God for who he is? Like Job, when we were just talking, I was thinking about Job, one of the, a great character in the Bible that went through so much in life and was tested and was doing all of this and that and was able to come through that, but and got more blessings. So whenever you're going through your trials and your tribulations, your issues, your just the impact of who of where you are currently, just know that if you're constantly assuming a position of better results, you're eventually going to get that. But you just got to be grateful and just weather the storm, my brother.
I agree 100%. And I like what you said about assuming, and that's another podcast, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what it is, assuming. Like if you losing, let's say you play basketball, you down, the team about to score the game winning shot. If you assuming that they're gonna make the shot and that's where your energy is at, that's what you pulling. Do you really want to change your life? Yeah, I can see it. You watching this podcast, you tuning in, you taking action. I see you, and we truly appreciate you for watching this podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to tune in so you can stay here. We dropping these weekly. We're gonna keep doing it, keep dropping, keep learning, keep growing, and helping people like you awaken the best version of themselves. So hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Even hit that bell. I don't even normally say that, but hit that bell, man, so you can constantly get notified, so you can know exactly when we dropping, and you can soak up this knowledge. All right, peace. Get back to the podcast. Pulling that into reality. You pulling in
Mm-hmm.
reality that we about to lose. But if
Yeah.
you assuming, nah, they ain't about to go down like that. We about to do something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what miracle we about to pull,
Yeah.
but we about to pull. And if you truly believe it, I'm telling you, I done seen it happen for me. Every time I assumed I was gonna lose in life, I lost.
Loss. Yeah. It
Nine
be like
times
that,
out of
don't it?
10. You're right. Unless you got a Kobe on your team and he overpower your
Yo,
self doubt.
well,
He got
yeah.
so much. You feel me? He got so much confidence that y'all gonna win that it just overpower your fear. It just
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that and we talk about that a lot, me and Terrence, about attraction and things of that nature. And it's tailored to developing a winner's mentality, right?
100%.
So, you feel me? So first thing I want to talk about is, if anybody out there, if you're looking for the I would say the easiest way to develop your winner's mentality, it'd be to surround yourself around winners, right?
100%.
Surround yourself around them, because it gives you it takes a lot of weight off of you of the trying to develop yourself when you could just see it in action. You could see it firsthand. It's a lot easier to emulate it, and I feel it's easier to learn that way. I give y'all a quick example. Me going to the military at 18, growing up in Detroit. When me going to the military at 18, it was so much stuff about being a man and things of that nature I didn't know or didn't really see an example set of. But just being there in that proximity around those guys, it's just like, oh, okay, cool. I see this is how you should carry yourself. Okay, cool. I see this is how you should speak. Speak up when you talk. I used to speak real low. It was, but then I learned to express yourself more, and just things like that. And I give y'all another example. Terrence, for example, he was in the Navy longer than me. I got in about a year after him. And, you got E1, E2, your rank and all of that. I was like an E2, E3. He had just made E4, so he had just ranked up. And I remember going to him like, a lot of times we try to compete with people and we don't want no advice from them because we trying to compete versus trying to learn from them. So I went to him like, yo, what did you do to make rank? I want to make rank too. I want to win. And so tell me what you did. Give me the whole blueprint. And he did. He was willing to share it. He like, yo, I studied. I did this. I did that. And if you do the same thing, you're going to make rank. Lo and behold, 2 years later, boom, like magic. You feel me?
Yeah, you became one of the best, sailors in the division, and maybe even in the was it the division? But then it was in supply, which we were in. The department, yeah, man. So, yeah, it's simple, but it's hard for some people because they don't understand the simplicity of it. But it's all about proximity. Being around winners is going to contribute to your assumption of who you want to be and who you become. Like if you're a bum and you go around rich people, eventually like they gonna lift your spirit up if you're fortunate to let those rich people be. If those rich people, or if you're fortunate that those rich people allow you into their circle, then it's going to lift you up to be better. But the real thing here is that you mentally have to tell yourself that I'm no longer going to be around people who are losing. That's the biggest thing, because we get so comfortable with being around losers that it gets hard to be around individuals who are winners, and you are uncomfortable. It doesn't really feel good. But if you truly want to better your situation of coming from wherever you are to becoming better, you have to be around those people who are in better. And those people who have careers, who have cars, who have families, those people who want more out of life. You have to move from mediocrity into abundance. And how do you do that? Get around those people who are in abundance.
100%. Yeah, move around those people who are in abundance. And I love that point that you said about, if you poor in an unfortunate financial situation, getting around rich people. So what I want to ask you is, what advice would you give to those people out there who like, well, I'm surrounded by losers and I don't want to be around these losers. Every winner I try to get around, they don't want to be around me, so what advice would you give to people to learn how to get around them and create those friendships?
My thing is that if I'm not rich by no means, but if there was somebody who was of lesser unfortunate value, and they came to me and say, Terrence, I want to be in your circle. I want to be around you. I want to just learn till I can get to where you are. One, I would say is, okay, what can you offer me? What work could you do for me? What could you actually benefit me? Because I don't want just a lazy slouch around me, because then you're going to bring my energy down. And, I never want to be somebody who's giving more than what the person is giving. And, I talk to my mom a lot about this when it comes to other people that we know. Like, I'm never going to just give to somebody who's not giving for themselves. So one, what can you give for yourself? And then two, what can you give for others in order to benefit them and not just be in a circle and just, leeching off of them. So that's the biggest thing I'll say. Give your time. Okay, within that time, what can you give in that time? Are you going to be willing to help them to move forward? But then also you learn in that process is the biggest thing.
Yep, you hit it right on the nose, bro. Mutuality, mutual relationships. Like, that's what I'm learning. No matter what position you are in, and no matter what position the person you want to be around is in, there's always a way to create a mutual relationship, a way where you're giving at least just as much as they're giving you. Truth be told, you should be trying to give more. right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a perfect segue. And if y'all study successful people, when they complain about helping people, just listen to what they say. When they complain
Right.
about it, a lot of them say stuff like, man, I want to help people, but like Terrence was saying, but the people I'm helping is just coming to take. Like,
Yeah.
what's the phrase? Pick your brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's literally saying what it is. Like, you coming to take. Like, let me pick your brain. So I would recommend never ask a person that. I'm not asking nobody that no more. If anything,
Yeah.
try to create something you can give them to create a conversation. Like, hey, even let me buy you lunch. I would say that's better. Hey, can I buy you lunch just so we can have a conversation? But you got to just come from a place of, I'm about to give more than you. And I'll give a perfect
Mm-hmm.
example. I would say the last few business relationships I created in my life, real estate, whatever it is, even working a job, right? When you work a job, you got to find a way to become such an asset that it's mutual now. So when
Mm-hmm.
it's mutual, they don't have the power no more. And sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
really have more power because you a valuable asset and they need you. They like, man, what do we need to do? You say you want to quit. What do we need to do to keep you here? Do you need more
Yeah.
money? Do you need more flexibility? What is
Yeah.
it and why? Because you thinking outside the box and you creating that mutual relationship. And that's something I've learned over the last few years in business, real estate. It's some guys I worked with that were way successful than me as a real estate agent, but I created a relationship that had them where they wanted to work with me too. They like, I'm teaching you something, but also you're an asset for me. So I
Mm-hmm.
love that you brought that up, Terrence. Definitely giving more than you take.
Yeah, gotta give more than you take, bro. I think
Yeah.
it's important. Like nobody want to be around somebody that's just taking, and you're not providing nothing. That's eventually how you get left in the past. You know I
Yep.
know a lot of people like that. I've given more to a relationship, friendship than than they're giving. So eventually you just gotta depart, man. And you gotta know when to depart. But before we move on to the next topic, the one thing that I say about this, if you're moving and trying to get in proximity with somebody who is successful, before you do that, work on yourself first. Don't go to somebody depleted, energy off, bad diet, terrible, in shape. You don't have it, you have habits you still are working on breaking. Like we all have habits. We all gonna have things we gotta work on. But at least go to them in a process where you feel like, okay, I built up my discipline, my consistency. I have a workout routine. I'm eating right. My personal development is top tier. You're reading, you have all these things, you know how the mind works, and then go to somebody because then they'll see that they'll see that light that you're illuminating and they'll say, damn, okay, this guy is very genuine. He's really about it. I can see that you are consistent and working hard. And then they'll be even more willing to work on them because now if you're consistent, you've worked on yourself, you've put yourself in at least somewhat decent position, then people are going to be willing to bring you on. But just don't go to nobody with a bum attitude and expect to be rich.
Bro, absolutely. Yeah, you can't do that because yeah, that's a great point you're saying. Because when
Yeah.
people see it, it's something about when people see that you're giving effort. Again, it's kind of like the mutual thing. It's like people need to see that you giving effort. People need to see
Yeah.
that you really want it. And the more
Mm-hmm.
people that see that, you'll be surprised. You'll have mentors trying to snatch you up. Like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take you under my wing, man. Come on, come on. I see potential in you. I see greatness. I want to take you under my wing. So I think that's a great point. And also, before we switch topics or the next strategy, I want to ask you, what advice would you give the people that struggle with being around winners, the uncomfortability of it, just being around people? Because a lot of people, they only want to hang around people that's either on their level or below them. And I think it's a natural human thing to want to, because you're comfortable. You want to be around, you want to be
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with people that they either on your level or they under you. And then when you see
Mm-hmm.
somebody winning, you want to pull them down. So,
Mm-hmm.
what advice would you give to people that's like trying to figure that out and mentally, trying to make it healthy? You feel
Yeah.
me?
My biggest thing is what do you want out of your life? What is your desire? Is your desire to be mediocre and then stay with the people that are normal? Stay with the people that aren't doing much. Stay with the people who, I'm thinking about Bob Proctor when I say this, but he used to be in a group of individuals at a bar. And one day he had an idea to go off like, man, if everybody at this bar, he was looking around, he said, if everybody at this bar is a bum, what does that make me? So you just got to have that realization or awareness of what do you want. As you start to figure out what you want, you're going to start to move towards that desired figure. You're going to move out of that bar of bums. You're going to move out of that social group of the people who ain't doing much. And you'll start to gravitate towards more people who want more out of life. So, but then when you get to those people and you see they winning and you're not in a position that you want to be, you got to be patient. You got to be patient, and keep plant the seed, water it every day. And in terms of human, plant the idea that you want in your head, keep reading, keep working, keep, honoring that idea until it manifests in your whole world. And for me, bro, that's the biggest thing. Like I had to be patient, bro. I had to be patient for so many. I had seen so many people winning, social media, is big, you get drowned into the idea of everybody winning and people doing this, people living lavish lives. And for me, I've always wanted that, growing up poor, not having shoes to wear, wearing my grass cutting shoes to school and getting roasted, not having clothes and, and different things like that. But now I look back at it now, I can go get what I want, but it's really based off of me being patient, hardworking, understanding, and trusting that my idea is going to flourish. And I still got bigger dreams that I haven't hit yet, but that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that those ideas and those dreams are going to come.
Oh, well said. And patience, I think you hit on patience a lot. That's definitely, I would say, is the biggest key, because that's the only thing that really makes you envious or jealous, is when you see somebody else winning and it makes you uncomfortable because you lack the patience. And we know patience not easy. It's hard to be patient. And like he said, especially in today's era with this social media stuff. And I'm going to just throw that tip in there. Just get off of there as much. What I mean by get off of there as much, you should be on there. I use social media. I notice, and this is how you make it work for you. Mm-hmm. Not just for business, but if you post pictures and stuff and you getting likes and comments, that's fine. If you only using social media for that, you might be a little better off, because when you just using social media to see what other people doing, other people's lives, it's going to make you feel some type of way. We are human, it's going to. But also on the flip side, when you get on social media, you see somebody driving in your dream car, learn how to let it inspire you and motivate you. Let it inspire you. That's it. When you're around these winners, you can rejoice with them because you see them winning and you he's showing me that it's possible. You got to start changing that. That's part of the winner's mentality. Somebody outshining you, somebody doing this. For one, the patience has got to be there. It's their time, and it probably ain't my time yet. It's their time right now. That's the patience. And then the motive. You can get motive. You can reverse that envious and that jealousy and make it inspire you. Bro, let's go. He doing this. Let's go. Let it push you. You feel me? 100%. So, yeah, bro, that's something I definitely had to learn myself over the years. Having a lot of brothers, right?
Talking about that inspo, taking that inspo from people who are winning, taking that motivation from people who are winning and really use it to drive you, just that's the biggest thing. This is what I always try to explain to people. Yeah, if you see people and your spirit or your body instantly go to negativity, envy, jealousy, you bringing your whole assumption down. That is what you're going to reproduce in this world. Jealousy is going to reproduce jealousy. Jealousy, anxious, fear, all of that is going to reproduce itself. So why not change, as you just said, to change it into create it into, happy, I'm grateful, I'm joyous that that person is winning. Soon I'm going to have that. That's what you're going to start to manifest in this whole world. And it's when you start to realize that you are a magnet, you are the creator of your world, you're going to start to change how you view things. You're going to start to change how you respond to certain situations. And if you don't learn it, then you're always going to reap the benefit of what you are, moving yourself towards. So start to change it. When you change it, telling you, more blessings is going to come to you. That's why, as we said in the beginning, I'm blessed, bro. I'm thankful,
Bless.
bro. I'm grateful, bro, because that's exactly what I'm reaping.
I love that, bro. You reaping what you put out there. That's you putting jealousy, envy, all that. And remember, we all human. We all got those emotions, but it's your
Yeah,
choice to put that out there. It's your
bro.
choice to feed it. It's your choice to let it fester. So if that's what you're doing, then yep, you just gonna get that back in return, a return on investment of what you putting out. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like,
Let me say this too, bro. It took me a while to be able to understand exactly what I'm talking about. Don't look. We all go through things, as Rasta said. We all go through issues, drama, like everything, But my thing is that you have a choice in the book. As a man thinketh, I read that multiple different times
I
throughout my
read it
life until it
too.
until it get into my mindset. Is that, listen, you can go out and have a whole issue that happens. I'm trying to think of a specific situation, but you can go to Chipotle right now. I just thought about that because I'm hungry.
Uh-huh.
But you can go to Chipotle right now and they can mess up your entire order. And you can be like, man, F these mom, like, bro, y'all da 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 da. Or you can respond and be like, hey, excuse me, my order is messed up. Could you
Mm.
please, recorrect this? And if you come with them with positivity, yeah, they're gonna do it. And even if you went there with negative, like, but it may cause some other issues. But what I'm saying is that you have to respond in positive ways, even when you can result it into a negative situation, but what you say, what you do is always going to come back on you. So do it in a positive situation, no matter what it is, no matter how big it is. Once you start to realize you are the creator of your life, you are going to start to change your behavior.
You are the creator of your life. You are the creator of your life. That mindset, man, is everything. That's 100%. I actually want to share with y'all what happened just before we did the podcast. We started shooting for like 7, 8 minutes. You feel me? And
Yeah.
the connection went out, right?
Yeah.
And how did we respond? Like we could still be talking about it right now. Man, this connection trash, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, negative, negative, negative. But instead,
Yeah.
we had to put our winner hats on and say, "Hey, let's just roll it again from the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Roll it
That
again." Of
nation.
course, a little emotion in me is like, I just did 6 minutes of talking
Yeah.
without, but it's like when you start developing that mentality, it's like I did it once, I could do it again. I did it
Mm-hmm.
once, I could do it better. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? I could do it better. So start getting that into y'all minds if you listening to this. And also we talked
Mm-hmm.
about abundance a little bit throughout here, but abundance, man, because when you see other people winning and stuff like that, when you got a mindset of abundance, it's like it's enough for everybody. I heard Jim Carrey say that one time. He was like, they asked him, they like, do you want to win everything and just have it all? He was like, hell, he was like, absolutely not. He said, I want everything that I want. He said, but it's enough for everybody. I'm not jealous of no other movie actor that
Mm-hmm.
that's what is it, number one? What's the movie sales thing? They number one on the
Box
movie
office.
sales, the box office. You feel me? He said, I don't feel no type of way because I see it's infinite. A mindset
Mm-hmm.
of abundance. It's infinite, bro, for everybody. We just see so
Everybody.
many people stuck in traps and losing so much that we think that losing is just it's either you gonna just win or somebody gotta it's win or lose. Life is
Yo, thank you for tuning into this podcast right now. I want to say, if you like this, make sure that you subscribe and like the video. Comment down below what you like so far. Of course, we're bringing these podcasts to you all the time, and we just want to continue to grow. So you can actually help us to grow by commenting down below, liking the video, and also subscribing. Tell a friend to tell a friend all about this podcast, and we'll see y'all real soon. Let's get back to the video.
chips is win or lose, but a winner thinks win, bro. How can I make this a win-win situations where he win and where I win? So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Yeah,
something I definitely want to say. And actually, we could segue to the last thing we're gonna go over.
let's do it.
We talking about changing your perspective. So seeing your losses as lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not easy, I know. Losses hurt. They
Mm-hmm.
always gonna hurt, man. Every loss I get, they hurt. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I learned to look back and be like, what value can I get out of that? Okay, I did you know, you could just say I did this video that didn't do good as I thought it would do. So what a lot of people would do is, instead of looking back at the video, you would just try to move forward and not take none of the lessons out of it. You just try to move on to find that win. But what I'm learning is, no, it's a win there too. I just got to find it. So I play back the video. I look at it. Oh, okay, I did this wrong. Okay, I did that wrong. Okay, boom. That's a lesson. And to be truthful with y'all, it's better to have more L's in your life than wins, because you don't really learn from winning.
Yeah.
It's not really much to learn there, because I won. Like, you beat up a little kid. What you really learn about fighting. But you go out there and you get knocked out by somebody who's more skilled than you, that's better than you. Now it's like, oh yeah, I need to get faster. Oh yeah, I need to work on my footwork. You know what I'm saying? You learn more from your L's. And I know that's probably pretty cliche in today's era, but you'll be surprised how many of us don't have that down in our spirit. You feel me? What you think of that, bro?
Well said, my brother. Dog, learning, getting beat up by somebody bigger and faster than you, is always going to teach you how to be better in the next go around. Like they always say, like, you should always play up. Like when it comes to sports, when it comes to education, you should always be around people who are above you in order to, get up to their level, because, we're like, bro, like we grow, like we're humans. We're always going to grow, whether it's an education or the mind or the body, whatever it is, like whatever level you're at, that is going to be your ceiling. That's going to be your ground. But the biggest thing, that you kind of need to take away from this is that, you have to constantly be willing to grow. You have to constantly be willing to want more and to do more and to be able to just be willing to lose. You have to be willing to lose. And what's the inventor that tried something 10,000 times and on the last actual try, 10,001, he made it? What was his name again?
Bro.
Thomas Edison. I always refer to this when I talk to people, is that, like, bro, how many times you tried? Man, I tried about 4 or 5 times, man. I gave up. I'm just gonna live my life working this simple job, and I don't want to keep trying to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is. But why didn't you just keep trying? Fail your way to success. Rasta, we talk about that all the time, man. I've tried multiple different things in my life. I failed a lot of them. And I'm keep on failing until one of them hit. Like Rick Ross said in this one post I always see, he like, man, listen, you could lose 1,000 times, but it only take that one time and bam, body love you.
Yeah, I seen
it take you one time to get great. So keep losing until you eventually become great. And when you find what you're great at, when you find what you're good at, just take it from there. Keep scaling it up. But what it is, Rossin, is that people are afraid to fail, bro. Nobody want to be laughed at, scoffed at. Nobody want to be criticized. But if you don't give a damn what people say about you, if you don't give a damn what they think about you, eventually you're going to keep winning, my boy. Eventually you're going to keep winning. You're going to live a life and they're going to all be coming man, I knew you was going to win. Nah, no, you didn't.
You're a genius, man.
I know you. I remember you laughed at me when I was on there, posting videos and talking to a camera looking crazy. So just keep winning. Whoever you are, wherever you are, keep going. Don't quit, even when it's dark and gloomy outside, even when the sun is eclipsed. Make sure you keep going, because eventually it's going to be light again,
Yes, sir, bro. I love that. You got to just feel your way to success. I love it. If you're watching this video, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure you know how to ride a bike, right? I'm sure you do. I think I mentioned this in one of my last videos. Yeah. You learn how to ride a bike, right? What happened when you learn how to ride a bike? Kept falling. Boom. Oh, I know how to ride a bike now. That's what we learning. And you got to just apply that to everything else in life. And it's not easy, we know. Because every time you fall, hurt your confidence. Like, dang, I done failed 50,000 times. I need to just let this go, right? But no, we gotta keep falling off that bike, man. That's what I'm learning as an entrepreneur. Yep. I read in Rich Dad Poor Dad. He said, becoming an entrepreneur, starting a business is like learning how to ride a bike. You're gonna keep falling. People gonna laugh at you, and it's embarrassing. And then when you riding, ain't nobody got nothing to say after that. It's like, oh, man, he figured it out. You feel me? So, yeah, I love that you brought that up too, bro.
Man,
Just keep
listen.
failing.
Yeah, this is the number one podcast for failures out there, because we know we eventually gonna be successful. You know, you may be a failure right now, but if you quit, that's the only time you truly are a failure. You know, you can fail, but when you eventually quit, that's when you're a failure. But if you fail, and then you succeed and you haven't quit and you have persistence, man, you're successful. You know, that's it.
Bro, I love that. So we're gonna bring this to a close. I want to end y'all with a quote that I heard Kevin Samuel say. I don't know where it originated from, but he pretty much said, winners lose and find a way to win. Losers give you excuses why they can't. Point blank, period.
That's amazing.
What am I saying? What was he saying? Everybody lose. We all lose. It's part of life. Only difference is, like Terrence just said, is if you quit and give up and make excuses why you can't win, then unfortunately you become a loser. You feel me? So that's it. That's all we got. You got anything else you want to say, brother?
Man, I appreciate always being on this podcast, man. This is episode 21. So if y'all just now listen to us at 21, go back and listen to 1 and you'll see our growth. You'll see how, you know, we kept on going, you know, even at 1, now we at 21.
Yep, and a long way to go, y'all. It's fun, y'all. For all y'all out there that subscribe, we appreciate y'all listening all the way up to this point. If you ain't subscribed, we appreciate you, because this is a journey that we own. We practicing what we preaching each and every week, each and every episode, and we gonna teach you how to awaken your best. I'm Rasta White. You heard it first from Terrence Feagin, and we out.